Hello, my YouTube beauties. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 foundations and powders that recently launched that are getting a lot of hype right now. I played around with the idea of doing individual videos for these, but I wanted to give you guys an overall idea of my thoughts on each of these products in a little bit more of a concise video. So if you enjoy videos like this, be sure to give this one a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you're enjoying the content and want to stick around. All right, you guys, so I have 3 products that I have been testing for the last few weeks that I want to share with you. The first product is the Glowish Multidew Skin Tint by Huda Beauty. It looks like this, very appealing packaging, kind of reminds me of Natasha Denona packaging, if I'm honest. It does have a pump, it comes in a squeeze tube. Yeah, so this is the first product I've been testing out. The second one is the OneSize Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation Powder by Starrr. So this is a foundation powder. It looks like this, really gorgeous packaging, very, very pretty, eye-catching. And yeah, so that's the second powder that I've been testing out. And then the third one is from the brand Kosas. I don't really know how to say that. Kosas? I don't know. Looks like this. This is a baking and smoothing powder. It's vegan, it's a setting powder. This is a little bit more similar to the OneSize powder foundation, except this claims to be more of a setting powder rather than a powder foundation. The powder looks like this. So I'm going to break these down and go through them one by one just to give you my thoughts on them and also show you guys how they wore throughout the day. I really appreciate wear tests. Like, I just really love when people put wear tests in their videos. And so, I can get an idea of how they look in the beginning when you first apply and then also at the very end of the day. So I'm going to include that for you guys as well. Let's go ahead and start with the Huda Beauty Glowish Multidew Skin Tint. So this product retails for $37. You get 1.35 ounces of product, so a little bit more than standard, which actually isn't too bad, $37 for over an ounce. There's a lot of foundations out there that are $50 for an ounce. So you get a lot more product in this skin tint than maybe some other foundations. I'm on the Sephora website right now, and it says that it has 13 shades. Now, not great shade range, honestly. It only has a few very fair shades, and then the rest of them are either medium to deep. I have mine in the shade 01 Fair, so this is the lightest shade that they offered. It's described as fair skin tones with neutral undertones. I've been wearing this off and on in combination with the other 2 products that I'm going to talk about in this video, but I've worn this on its own, for full day wear test multiple times, so I feel like I have a good idea of how this wears on my skin. Now, just a heads up, I do have oily skin. It feels like I'm the most oily in my T-zone, and then the rest of my face is a little bit more combo normal. Right now, this has amazing reviews, and the reason why I got it, I know you're probably like, Kate, why did you pick up a skin tint that says dew, like glowy, dewy? Why did you get that kind of product when you have oily skin? I saw some reviews on there that said people had oily skin and they really liked it. So I was like, I'm gonna try it out. But this has been getting really, really, really good reviews on Sephora. I'm talking 4.6 out of 5 with almost 500 reviews. So this is described as a fragrance-free light coverage skin tint foundation that instantly brightens with near neutral undertones and leaves skin with a dewy finish. It's supposed to give light coverage, have a radiant finish. This also has red bell pepper extract. That's interesting. I feel like I had the grocery store on my face with this. Apparently it protects against blue light, but it does also have rose oil in it and squalene, so definitely going to bring out more of that oil. It is vegan, cruelty-free, and this comes in recyclable packaging. It is a 92% naturally derived, fragrance-free, waterproof, and sweat-proof skin tint. There's a lot of claims with this one. So here's my thoughts, okay? I wore this multiple times all day long. When you first apply this product, it goes on very dewy. It's not like it just gets more dewy throughout the day. It goes on and it's radiant, very, very radiant. Once I set it down with powder, it did dull the radiance a little bit, but I was still pretty dewy underneath the powder. Throughout the day, I blotted at least 4 to 5 times. It was like the dew was a lot for me. I don't mind a little bit of dew. Usually I like, you know, more of a natural kind of satin finish, not so much a radiant finish, but I can handle a little bit of life on my skin. This to me was just a little bit too dewy for me. It looked really good on my skin until about 6 hours. Then it really started to go downhill. It started sinking into my fine lines in my forehead. And I have, like, when I smile, I have dimples. So I noticed, this is the first foundation I've ever noticed it with, but it sunk into my dimple lines. Like, it looked like there was, I don't know, dewy, cakey settling happening right here, which was really odd. I was like, what in the world? Started settling into my fine lines and wrinkles and just really started to look heavy and like it was breaking up on my face. So be careful if you are someone who makes a lot of expressions. I definitely am someone that makes a lot of expressions. So I don't know, every time I wore it, it tended to kind of sit into, you know, areas on my skin over time that just made me want to take it off. I tried this with a bunch of different kinds of like primers, setting powders. Like I tried a bunch of combinations, and I wouldn't say that I found one that I really love. And overall, I just wouldn't wear this one for more than like 8 hours max. It's just not something that I'm going to put on and be able to, you know that it looks good throughout the entire day. Again, could be because I'm already oily and this is a very dewy product. So the combination of my oil mixed in with the dew just kind of made it a little bit more movable on my face. It could have been that, but I would definitely not recommend this for oily skinned people. I would say if you have normal, combo, or dry skin, you would like this a lot better. All right, now let's move on to the OneSize by Patrick Starrr Powder Foundation. This retails for $33. I have mine in the shade Fair 3. I was really surprised at all of the shades in this range. On Sephora, it looks like this has 32 different shades. A lot of fair shades, actually, like surprisingly a lot of fair shades. I looked at the fairest shade and I was like, that looks way, 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 way too light for me. And then the next one down says it had more rosy undertones. And then the third one down, which is what I have, it's described as fair with neutral undertones. This is also getting really good reviews, about 4.5 stars out of 5 with almost, again, 500 reviews. Like people are definitely talking about this product. It says that it is a buttery smooth, buildable, medium to full coverage powder foundation with a multi-use formula, a soft matte finish, and up to 12 hours of wear. It has true color pigments in it that addresses acne, pores, texture, and uneven tone. It can be used to blot excess oil, set foundation, and touch up complexion, and it is very blurring. I will say, this is really good. This I really, really like. I've worn this product just on its own with a little bit of concealer and then just built this up on my skin. And I've worn it also over foundation. So first off, really love the packaging. It is a magnet close packaging. So you open it up and it clips together like that. I think it's just a really, really pretty design. Like this just looks very runway. I don't know, maybe it's like the bright red, but I really like how this product looks. It does come with a mirror, but no sponge or anything. And you get 0.28 ounces of product. That doesn't feel like a lot. First off, I really like wearing this on its own. It does a really good job at building up. I don't need a ton of it to get a good medium coverage. It also looks beautiful on the skin. Like this makes my skin look flawless when I first apply it. So I really like how it applies on its own. And then I extra love it when I apply it on top of a foundation. So the way that I found that I really like to apply this the best is over a mattifying foundation like the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 foundation. I really like wearing it over this. I just add a little bit on top to set down my face, and I find that it works really well. This product, I did get a little bit oily around like 7-8 hours, but not too bad. And again, that was probably with wearing the CoverGirl foundation. I'd say if I wore it on its own, it got a little bit more oily, maybe an hour or so sooner, but it wasn't like really, really oily. I could see my skin coming through just a tiny bit. It lasts a very long time on my skin, looks great. It doesn't rub off anywhere. It doesn't sink into my fine lines. By the end of the day, it does look like I am wearing just a little bit of powder. Like for the most part, it looks pretty great. And then towards the end of the day, it does look like it just looks a little bit more worn. And I really, really love how it looks on my skin. Like the finish, it's blurring, it's soft, it's just looks beautiful on the skin. So I really love this powder foundation. I think it's great. And I'm actually kind of going back and forth trying to see which one I like better, the Makeup Forever Soft Matte or this. I think I still like the Soft Matte better, but this is like a close second. It's very good. So if you haven't tried it out, I'd highly recommend this. I really love this powder. Last product I wanted to mention is the Kosas Cloud Set Baked Setting and Smoothing Talc-Free Vegan Powder. That is a long name. This retails for $34. You get 0.33 ounces of product, so a little bit more than the OneSize foundation powder. This does not come in nearly as many shades as the OneSize powder. So this only comes in 10 shades, and most of them are fair to medium and only like 2 deep shades. It really is not great. 4.4 stars out of 5 with almost 500 reviews. This is the powder that I used to set my foundation today. Again, used it a bunch of different times, different ways, used it on its own and then used it over a foundation. I would say I would not wear this just on its own. Like I think that it's definitely more of a sheer setting powder than a medium coverage powder foundation. So I would only really top this to set down my foundation. Love it on the CoverGirl Outlast. It's really, really great. I also really like topping the L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation with it. It's just a really good option as a setting powder. So online, it has just tons of information. Like, look how much information is in the Sephora details page. It's just a lot. It says that it's a super soft sheer setting and smoothing powder baked with skincare that sweeps away shine, not glow, feels like nothing, and looks like everything. It does have light coverage. It's a natural finish. It has different ingredients in here that is supposed to absorb excess oil, reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and minimize pores. And this is vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free, and it also has the Clean at Sephora label. My favorite way to wear this powder is over another foundation. I really like using it as a setting powder. My skin looks so nice using this as the powder to set down my foundation. It looks just flawless. Like, I don't know if you can tell, my skin looks so soft. I can't even see my pores. It just looks really pretty while still leaving a little bit of a dew on your skin. Like, this is not a super mattifying powder, so I don't find that it lasts as long as the OneSize foundation powder, just because it's not a mattifying powder, right? Like, my oil is going to come through a little bit sooner than that one with this product, but I'm not mad about it. It looks really nice. I would not say this is my longest lasting powder. I definitely prefer, I think if you're going for long wear, having oily skin, I'd recommend the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. Like, that's great. This is not going to be a powder that is going to keep you super, super matte throughout the day. It is going to set down your matte foundation really nicely, but it doesn't necessarily keep you oil free throughout the day. However, it still adds a very beautiful glow to your skin as the longer that you wear it. It just allows a little bit of oil to seep through, and it just looks really pretty and lifelike on the skin while still, blurring and smoothing and all that stuff that you want from a setting powder. If you guys have tried any of these products, please let me know your thoughts down below. I'm always curious. I love testing out foundations and powders. That's, I think, my niche in makeup is I really love testing those out. I get the most joy out of testing out products like this and figuring out what works for my skin. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on these as well if you tried them. If you haven't, let me know, are there any of them that you are planning to pick up? If I were to pick one out of these to recommend to you for someone that has also oily combo skin, it would be the OneSize powder. I think that it probably goes number 1 is the OneSize powder, then it goes the Kosas, and then third is the Glowish, just because, again, it's too dewy for me. Oh crap, I just realized I don't have my wedding band on. Oh, I forgot to put it on. Okay, I'm still married. I'm swollen. Look at my hands. Like I am a swollen mess right now and nothing fits me. So that is why I haven't had it on this whole video. Please let me know if you guys enjoy this video. That's, you know, includes more foundations than just focusing on one. I enjoy watching these videos. I feel like it gives a more concise, like, speed review of different products. And I feel like I leave the video a little bit more aware of different, you know, foundation options rather than just focusing on one. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.